I'm going to be doing a lot of getting up and getting back down again here. Jane, you're up next, yeah? Jane Morrice, who is chair of the board on this project, am I right in thinking, is going to speak next.
Thank you very much, Mark. Yes, just had to grab a pen there to note down notes from your fantastic opening remarks. So, first of all, I'm delighted to be with you and to see the numbers, for starters, far more than we expected, and it shows the sort of interest that there is in this project. So thank you very much for coming, and there's quite a few faces that I recognise from days gone by as well. So yes, obviously, Professor Barry, thank you very much for your boundless enthusiasm, and fascinating to hear how you intermingle your subject area with ours, and everything going hand in hand as it does. Thank you. Just transition, that's the words I wrote. I should have written down on that head, wasn't working at that. I also want to thank our board members. Particularly those associated with Queen's University. And to thank Queen's for providing us with this incredible space. I mean, look at all of those range of faces looking down. We can't help but do right when they're watching over us. I've talked about our board members, but I want to particularly mention Irene Rhoda, who's our project manager, and for her dedication and commitment to the cause and the creation of the Museum of the Truth and Peace. As chair of the board, it's my honour and my privilege to introduce to you the MOTAP concept, to whet your appetite for what is, without any doubt, an ambitious, exciting and groundbreaking initiative. But also we want to, as John said, seek your support, whether it's through your research, your writing, your contributions, financial or otherwise, your memories, artefacts, photographs, and all of those things. And of course, I leave all the tricky questions to the question and answer session for the others to answer afterwards. So, to begin, can I explain my involvement? I was born in Belfast, just up the street, by the way, not from walking distance. And I was a teenager when the Troubles started. And like so many others, all I wanted to do was run away. And I did. As soon as I got my degree, I went abroad and lived abroad for 10 years, a decade. So that was end of the 70s to mid-80s. And when I came back to work as a reporter for BBC Belfast, I then saw the real horror of what was happening. I've got lots and lots of stories I can tell, but I'll leave that for my time when I'm in the museum. It was that horror that I decided then I had to get involved in some way. And I first did it by working for the European Union, the European Commission in fact, and helping to set up the peace programme. That was mid-90s, and the peace programme obviously is still going, the only thing that survived Brexit, at least. Then, as co-founder of the Northern Ireland Women's Coalition, I was supporting our team of negotiators for the Good Friday Agreement, and then I got elected to the new Northern Ireland Assembly, 1998, and was Deputy Speaker in 2000. So that's my background. And since then, I've been working mainly on European affairs, integrated education, and, of course, peace building, here and abroad. When Ari approached me to join the MOTAP board several years ago now, I jumped at the opportunity. Because it was going to be helping create something which would not only record the stories of our terrible, tragic past, but also build on our peace process and enable us, as Professor Barry has said, enable us to learn the lessons, to help us better understand how to avoid the terrible mistakes we made. I've described MOTAP as ambitious, but it's much, much more than that.
Sorry, just the computer's gone.
Sorry. I wondered why you were all looking up there instead of me.
I just had a...
So I'm pressing things as to...
Oh, yeah, we're out. I can.
Right, I won't lean on it. I've described MOTAP as ambitious, but it's much, much more than that, as I'm sure you can all imagine. It is politically sensitive, economically challenging, academically demanding, and very, very costly in time and money. In other words, no easy task. But whoever thought life was easy in Northern Ireland? It's been said, and I think this is quite important, it's been said that it takes the same number of years to get over a conflict as it took the conflict to run its course. Now, think about that. In 2028, we will have benefited from 30 years of relative peace. So it's our hope that by then, with your help, the first stage at least of MOTAP will have begun. 30 years after the Good Friday Agreement. Let me explain. Our mission is to create a centre telling the stories of Northern Ireland's troubled past and our process towards peace, with the aim of learning lessons to enable the building of permanent peace. I'm getting a nod in the one nod in the audience. Our target is to attract a local, regional, national and global audience with an interest in the political, social, cultural, environmental, I left that word in, and economic history, in terms of education, tourism, and of course, peace building, conflict transformation worldwide. Our approach initially involves building networks of support, fundraising, carrying out extensive research, locating appropriate premises, and preparing the governance structures for the long-term project. Again, no mean feat. We have, as we all know, some well-established museums throughout Northern Ireland, showcasing everything from history, tradition and culture of the region, and they range from Folk and Transport Museum over my neck of the woods, obviously to the Ulster Museum, to the Tower Museum in Derry, and there's also quite a number of small single identity museums and centres appealing to those with special interest in these areas. There's also a wide variety of groups and spaces dedicated to community and peace building, cross-community in particular. The last thing we want to do is tread on toes. We want to work with all these organisations to collaborate, cooperate and avoid duplication. Above all, we want to provide a different space, which is inclusive in its approach, non-partisan in its outlook, and far-seeing into the future. There can be little doubt that Northern Ireland needs this sort of thing, a dedicated place where people of all ages, cultures and creeds can go to remember and learn from their experience, our experience. It can also provide a space for those who want to commemorate or celebrate the success of our peace process and at the same time critically examine its shortcomings and be open to learning from other places. This will allow people from conflict zones throughout the world, and I've been to many I've been to Afghanistan, I've been to Turkey, to Cyprus, to lots of places talking about our peace process here. So they want to learn, and I've had groups of people sitting in my front room in Bangor, County Down, from Kashmir and other places who want to learn from us. A space like this would really give them a place to go. We want not only for them to learn from us what we've achieved, but also what we have yet to accomplish. Still a way to go. I mean, there are those who say that we may have peace, but there's a long way to go before reconciliation. And I would certainly agree. But that shouldn't stop us from trying. We only have to watch the national news every day to witness the horror in the Middle East, in Ukraine, in other places, Africa, created by people that can't live together. Here in Northern Ireland, we are learning to live together. We know it's going to take time, it's going to take money, it's going to take mutual understanding and respect, as well as commitment and dedication to the common cause of peace. I hope, there you are, I hope in the course of the afternoon you're going to agree it's definitely worth a try. Thank you very much.